Man, who want a relationship will greet you like this. A man who genuinely wants a relationship with you will never make you feel like you are guessing your place in his life. It is not a mystery, it is not a puzzle, and it is not something you have to decode every single day. His intention shows up in the simplest actions, and one of the most powerful of those actions is how he greets you. People often think love is proven through big gestures, expensive gifts, or emotional speeches, but the truth is far more subtle and far more honest. Real intention shows up in consistency, and consistency always starts with the smallest interactions. When a man is serious about you, his greeting is not random. It is not cold one day and warm the next without reason. It carries a certain energy that feels stable, familiar, and intentional. You don't have to wonder whether he is in a good mood or whether you are welcome in his space. He makes you feel included without making you work for it. Even a simple good morning from him feels different because it carries presence. He is not just sending words. He is acknowledging you as someone important in his daily life. But when a man is not serious, you will see confusion in his greetings. One day he is excited, calling you first, asking how you are, and showing interest. The next day he is distant, slow to respond, or giving dry and empty replies. That inconsistency is not something to ignore. It tells you exactly where you stand in his priorities. A man who truly wants you does not switch his energy like a light bulb. He does not make you adjust to his emotional weather every day. Instead, he creates stability, even in small things like saying hello. You must understand that attention is never random. When a man gives you consistent attention in the way he greets you, it is because you exist in his mind in a meaningful way. He does not see you as a temporary distraction. He sees you as someone he wants to build familiarity with. And familiarity is not built through grand moments. It is built through repetition. The way he says your name, the way he checks on you, the way he acknowledges your presence every single time. These are not small things. They are signals of emotional investment. On the other hand, when a man is unsure, uncommitted, or not serious about building something real, his greetings will reflect that uncertainty. You will feel like you are always trying to interpret his tone. You will notice that sometimes he sounds interested, and other times he sounds like he is just replying out of obligation. That emotional inconsistency creates confusion, and confusion is not love. A man who wants a relationship with you does not leave you confused about his interest. He makes his interest clear through repetition, not randomness. There is also something powerful about effort in greetings. A man who cares will put effort even into the smallest communication. He will not treat you like an afterthought. Even if he is busy, he will still find a way to acknowledge you in a way that feels human and respectful. Because to him, maintain connection is not a burden, it is a choice. And that choice is reflected in how he starts conversations with you, how he responds to you, and how he makes you feel in those first few seconds of interaction. You also have to pay attention to emotional tone. A man who wants you will greet you with warmth, not just words. You will feel the difference between someone who is simply responding and someone who is genuinely engaging. That warmth creates comfort. It makes you feel safe in the connection. It removes the need to overthink. You are not analyzing whether he likes you or not because his energy already tells you he does. And here is something important to understand deeply. Love is not proven in rare moments. It is proven in repeated ones. Anyone can be sweet once in a while. Anyone can send a good message on a good day. But only a man who is consistent in his intention will show you stability in everyday communication. His greetings become a reflection of his mindset, and his mindset becomes a reflection of how seriously he takes you. So when you are trying to understand a man's intentions, do not ignore the simple things. Do not overlook how he greets you, how he acknowledges you, and how consistent his energy is towards you. Because those small moments are not small at all. They are the foundation of everything that follows. A man who truly wants a relationship with you will never leave you confused about where you stand with him. He does not operate in mystery, and he does not make you question your worth or his interest. Instead, he shows you through consistency, and one of the clearest places this consistency shows up is in how he greets you. People often underestimate greetings, thinking they are just basic social manners, but in reality, they are emotional signals. They carry energy, intention, and truth. A man may not always express his feelings in long speeches, but he always reveals his mindset in simple daily interactions. When a man is serious about you, his greeting is stable. It does not change drastically without reason. You do not wake up one day feeling warmth and attention from him, and the next day feel like you are talking to a stranger. That emotional stability matters more than most people realize, because consistency creates security, And security is the foundation of any real relationship. If a man is genuinely interested in building something meaningful, he will not allow confusion to live between you. Even in something as simple as saying good morning, checking on you, or responding to your message, he creates a sense of presence that feels reliable. There is a difference between a man who includes you in his life and a man who simply responds to you when it is convenient. A man who wants a relationship will include you in his routine. His greeting becomes part of your shared connection. It is not forced and it is not random. It becomes natural because you are part of his thoughts. When he greets you, you feel that he has already acknowledged you in his mind before even speaking. That is not something you can fake long term. It comes from genuine interest and emotional investment. On the other hand, a man who is not serious will show inconsistency in his greetings. One day he is attentive, using your name, asking questions, showing interest in your day. The next day he is distant, short, and emotionally unavailable. This pattern is not something to ignore. It is communication without words. It tells you that his attention is not stable, and if attention is not stable, neither is intention. A man who truly wants you does not make you adjust to his emotional changes every day. He does not treat your presence like something optional or dependent on his mood. Instead, he maintains a steady tone because his interest is steady. You also have to pay attention to effort. Effort is never accidental. When a man puts effort into greeting you, even in small ways, it shows that you are not just another name on his phone. It shows that you matter enough for him to pause and acknowledge you properly. Even if he is busy, even if his schedule is full, he still finds a way to make you feel seen. That effort may come through a thoughtful message, a warm tone, or even a simple but consistent habit of checking on you. These things may look small, but they carry emotional weight. They show priority without needing dramatic actions. Another important thing to understand is emotional tone. A man can say hi in many different ways, but the energy behind it is what matters. A man who is interested will greet you with warmth. You will feel ease when you read his message or hear his voice. There is no tension, no guessing, no emotional distance that makes you question his mood. Instead, there is a sense of familiarity and comfort. That comfort is important because it reflects emotional safety. And emotional safety is something a serious man naturally builds without even realizing he is doing it. But when a man is unsure about you or when he is not invested, his tone becomes unpredictable. You start analyzing his messages. You begin to wonder if you said something wrong or if his feelings have changed overnight. That mental effort is a sign in itself. Because love does not require constant interpretation. A man who wants a relationship with you does not make you decode his behavior every day. He makes it clear through repetition, not confusion. There is also something deeper about how greetings reflect emotional availability. A man who is emotionally available will naturally connect with you in a steady way. His greetings are not just words, they are openings into connection. He is present in that moment, even if it is brief. But a man who is emotionally inconsistent will give you fragments of attention. One moment he is close, the next moment he is distant. That pattern creates instability, and instability is not a foundation for anything real. At the core of it, greetings are not just social habits. They are reflections of emotional intention. A man who wants a relationship with you will show you through repetition, warmth, and consistency that you are part of his world. He will not make you question his presence. He will not make you wonder where you stand. Instead, his everyday interaction will quietly confirm that you are included, valued, and acknowledged in his life. A man who wants a relationship will show emotional consistency in how he greets and communicates with you every day. His greetings reflect his level of respect, priority, and genuine interest in building something stable with you. Confusion, inconsistency, and emotional distance in small interactions are clear signs of lack of serious intention. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to say is something many people overlook, but it can save you from wasting your emotions, your time, and your peace of mind. When a man wants a real relationship with you, it is not hidden in big dramatic moments. It is revealed in the ordinary ones. It is revealed in the simple good morning, the casual how are you, the way he acknowledges your presence in his daily life. You don't have to sit there and decode him like he is a secret message. A serious man is not confusing. He is consistent. And consistency always speaks louder than words. Let's talk about greetings, because greetings are not just greetings. They are emotional fingerprints. They show you exactly what kind of energy a man is bringing into your life. A man who truly wants you will not greet you like you are an option. He will greet you like you matter. There will be warmth in his tone, effort in his words, and presence in his attention. Even if it is something simple, it will never feel empty. Now pay attention to this. A man who is serious about building something with you does not treat you like a random interruption in his day. You are not someone he replies to when he feels like it. You are someone he acknowledges consistently. His communication has rhythm. It has stability. You are not sitting there wondering if today he likes you or tomorrow he will disappear, because real intention does not behave like confusion. But when a man is not serious, you will see it in the smallest patterns. One day he is warm, the next day he is cold. One day he greets you with excitement, the next day you feel like you are bothering him. That emotional inconsistency is not something you should ignore or justify, because inconsistency is not attraction, it is uncertainty. And uncertainty is not a foundation for love. Let me tell you something very real. A man can talk about love all day long, but if his daily behavior is inconsistent, his words mean nothing. You don't build a relationship on speeches, you build it on repetition. You build it on how someone shows up when nothing special is happening. That is where truth lives. Not in special moments, but in everyday behavior. A man who wants a relationship with you will make you feel emotionally safe in the simplest interactions. You will not feel like you are walking on eggshells. You will not feel like you have to adjust your personality depending on his mood. Instead, you will feel stability. You will feel that no matter what, his basic attitude towards you remains respectful, calm, and interested. And let me break something down for you that many people miss. Attention is not just about how often he talks to you. It is about how he talks to you. A man can message you every day and still make you feel unimportant. But a man who truly values you will make even a simple greeting feel meaningful. There is effort in his presence. There is intention in his tone. You can feel that you are not just filling space in his life, you are part of it. Now here's where people get confused. They think inconsistency is just he's busy or he has a lot going on. And yes, life can be busy. But let me tell you something about a man who is truly interested. Even in his busiest moments, he does not disappear emotionally. He may be slow, but he is not absent. He may be occupied, but he is not careless. Because when someone matters to you, you don't forget how to acknowledge them. You don't forget how to make them feel seen. And this is why greetings matter so much. Because greetings are the first sign of emotional presence. They set the tone of everything else. A warm, consistent greeting tells you that you are in someone's thoughts in a stable way. A cold or inconsistent greeting tells you that you are not a priority in their emotional world. It is that simple. A man who wants a relationship with you does not leave room for constant guessing. You are not sitting there analyzing his tone, rereading his messages, trying to figure out if he is interested or just being polite. No, he removes that confusion through consistency. He makes it clear without making you work for clarity. And let's be honest, peace is not complicated. Peace is simple. When someone is right for you, your mind is calm, not chaotic. You are not overthinking basic interactions. You are not questioning your value every time they respond. You feel steady, you feel respected, you feel acknowledged. So when you look at how a man greets you, don't dismiss it as something small. It is not small. It is a reflection of how he thinks about you. It is a reflection of how much emotional space you occupy in his life. And if that space keeps changing, if the energy keeps shifting, if the tone keeps fluctuating, then you are not dealing with stability, you are dealing with uncertainty. A man who wants a relationship with you will make his presence known in the simplest way possible every single day, without confusion, without inconsistency, and without making you question where you stand. A man who truly wants a relationship shows consistency in everyday communication, especially in how he greets and acknowledges you. His emotional tone, effort, and presence in small interactions reveal more than big promises or occasional gestures. Confusion, inconsistency, and emotional distance in greetings are signs of unclear or non-serious intentions. Real interest creates emotional safety, stability, and clarity instead of leaving you guessing his feelings. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to explain is something that can change how you see relationships forever. A man who wants a real relationship with you does not reveal it through confusion. He reveals it through consistency. And one of the clearest places to see that consistency is in the way he greets you, talks to you, and acknowledges you in everyday life. People often ignore these small moments because they are looking for something dramatic, something loud, something obvious. But real intention is not always loud. Real intention is steady, it is calm, it is repeated. When a man is serious about you, you do not have to question his place in your life every single day. You do not wake up wondering if he still cares or if his mood has changed or if you did something wrong. His presence does not create anxiety. His presence creates stability. Even something as simple as good morning from carries a sense of consistency. You don't feel like you are meeting a different version of him every day. You feel like you are dealing with someone who is emotionally grounded in how he treats you. Now understand this clearly. A man who wants a relationship with you does not treat your presence like an option. He treats it like a part of his life. That means his greetings are not random. They are not emotionally disconnected. They are not cold one day and warm the next without explanation. Instead, there's a rhythm to how he communicates with you. That rhythm builds emotional safety. And emotional safety is one of the strongest signs of real interest. But when a man is not serious, you will feel the gaps. One day he is attentive. The next day he is distant. One day he greets you with warmth. The next day his reply feels like a burden. That inconsistency is not something to ignore or excuse. It is communication without words. It is telling you that his interest is not stable. And if his interest is not stable, then his intentions are not stable either. A man who truly wants you does not switch his energy on and off depending on his mood. He remains emotionally steady in how he shows up for you. Let's go deeper into something important. Effort. Effort is never accidental. When a man puts effort into greeting you, remembering you, checking on you, and acknowledging you, that effort is a reflection of value. It means you are not just another name on his phone or another person he replies to when he is bored. You are someone he actively includes in his daily mental space. Even in busy moments, there is still a sense of acknowledgement that is not forced, that is intentional. And you must understand something powerful here. Attention is not just about frequency. It is about quality. A man can talk to you every day and still make you feel unimportant, but a man who is genuinely interested will make even a simple greeting feel meaningful. There is warmth in his tone, there is respect in his words, there is presence in his energy. You do not feel like you are forcing conversation. You feel like you are naturally part of his day. Now let's talk about emotional clarity. A man who wants a relationship with you does not leave you in confusion. He does not make you analyze every message or decode every response. You are not sitting there trying to figure out what his tone means or whether he is upset or interested. Because clarity is part of real intention. Confusion is not love. Confusion is uncertainty. And uncertainty is not a foundation for something stable. If you pay close attention, you will notice that your mind reacts differently to different types of men. With a serious man, your mind is calm. You are not overthinking his behavior. You are not emotionally stressed about where you stand. But with someone who is inconsistent, your mind becomes active in a stressful way. You start analyzing, questioning, replaying conversations, and trying to find meaning in silence. That mental effort is not a sign of love. It is a sign of instability. A man who truly wants a relationship with you creates peace in your emotional space. He does not disturb your mind with uncertainty. Even when he is busy, even when he is unavailable for a short time, his overall behavior remains steady. You do not feel like you are being pushed away. You feel like you are still acknowledged. That is the difference between someone who is interested and someone who is not emotionally invested. And here is something people often miss. Consistency does not mean perfection. A man does not have to be available every second of the day to show interest, but he does have to be emotionally consistent. He does have to show you that you are not forgotten, not ignored, and not treated like an afterthought. Because when someone truly values you, they do not disappear emotionally and reappear when convenient. They maintain a steady presence in the way they communicate. So when you look at how a man greets you, how he talks to you, and how he shows up in simple interactions, you are not looking at something small. You are looking at truth. You are looking at intention. You are looking at whether he is building something real or just passing time. And in the end, a man who wants a relationship with you will never leave you confused about where you stand with him.